Hey guys, welcome back. It's Joey again. You're watching VegasDtech, and today guys, it's another Tech Tip Tuesday. And I've got a question for you. What do you get if you combine the economical utility of a gasoline scooter with the practicality and the convenience of a bicycle? I'll tell you what you get. You get the Hemingway Escape Pro. Hemingway was kind enough to send me this bike to review and give my opinion of it. And today, folks, we're going to be spending our time doing a review on this bike. I'm going to give you my opinions as to what I like or dislike about it and see if this bike might be a fit for you. But first, let's go ahead and let me show you what it took to actually put it together. Let's go. Alrighty guys, so that's basically it. The bike is together and it's finished. I got a couple of loose ends I got to figure out here. I got to put together some of these electrical. They got a couple little electrical connections right here. Probably take a couple more minutes for me to plug it all in. I just want to make sure that I have them in the right places. The front end is going to be the most work for you, trying to figure out how to put the fender, the headlight, and the little nuts and bolts, because there is no instruction that shows you exactly how they go. You kind of got to like look at it and kind of figure it out for yourself, but it should be self-explanatory. But before I take this bike out, I'm going to do a one-over on everything to make sure that everything is tight, safe, and do a quality on it. And then tomorrow we're going to take it out, have a look at it a little bit closer, take a look at the accessories, the features, and give it a test spin. So I'll see you guys there. What I really love about this bike is, even though the bike is what I would consider to be a motorcycle style, moped style, many people say that it's hard to pedal on it because of the way your knees ride high. You know, you don't get that full extension when you push, but most motorcycles and mopeds that you buy, the seat cannot be adjusted either. So you're kind of stuck with the way the seat height is at. And the other thing too, guys, is the power. When we talk about the power, this thing has very, very good torque. With 750 watts of power, the torque is perfect, guys. You know, let me tell you, when you're riding around out here on the curbs and the sidewalks, you don't want to go more than what, 23, 25 miles an hour, because you got entirely too much stuff coming up on the curbs and so forth, stuff in the street. You don't want stuff like this, guys. The speed that you're going at, if you're out in the country, you might want to open it up, but if you're riding along the gutters here, along the side of the road, right up along here, you got signs, bus stops, trash cans, so forth. You do not want to be riding too damn fast, because you could just easily end up losing control, hitting one of your handlebars against something on here and go flying away. So the speed, to me, 25, 28 miles an hour is just fine. I believe this bike allows you to, it comes out of the box, I believe, with 22 to 23 miles an hour. And if you play around with the controls, you can unlock it to go even faster, probably, I believe, like 25 miles per hour or 26 miles per hour. The gears on this thing are really quiet. The derailleur system is really quiet. I haven't had to make any kind of adjustments on that. It's worked just flawlessly. It shifts gears perfectly. And the brakes are just perfect as well. These are supposed to come, it says it's supposed to come with a hydraulic braking system. The unit that I got came with the manual cable type, but I have no problems at all. This guy stops right on a dime, works perfect for me. Now, once you guys hit about 22 to 20, I'd say 22 to 24 miles an hour, you're gonna run out of headroom for your pedals, which means your transmission is being outrun by the motor. And at this point, you're just ghost pedaling, but you're not really getting any power out of your transmission. I'll be all the way up in 7th gear on my shifter, and the pedal is just freewheeling so fast that it's just all throttle at that point. So you're just gonna be enjoying the bike for its moped style. And this is where the fun comes in. is the nimbleness of operating in a parking lot. You know, getting in and out on a 20-inch bike like this, man, just the nimbleness of it all is just absolutely wonderful. I don't know about rolling around on a beach cruiser like this, but to be able to get around and do this type of stuff here. Now, the one thing that you will need to watch out for is the way the motor comes on and off. It's a little bit jerky. I mean, if you're out in a wide open area and an open space, you're not gonna be concerned with it too much. But for instance, if you're coming up to a curb and you're under power, the way that the power comes on and comes off, the timing is just a slight bit off. Normally, when you're riding a bike, when you stop pedaling, the motor will stop. And in this situation here, when you stop pedaling, the motor is still actually pushing you maybe like 0.2 seconds beyond. So like I'm powering right now and the motor's kicking on. And when I stop, the motor, there it is. It just barely shut off, right? It's on, and then I stop, but the motor still comes on. So it's like if you're making a U-turn, and you pedal, and you're trying to adjust the arc of your turn, if the motor is still pushing you when you want it to stop, you might find yourself in a situation where you start freaking out and you go off and you just nail the brakes because you think that you're going to end up hitting the curb. So I really wish that the bike had some way to adjust the speed of which the motor cuts on and cuts off. If it had that, I think this whole setup would be absolutely perfect. Climbing hills is absolutely a breeze. You pop this on power level 5, you should have no problem at all climbing up any of the bridges. I don't have a lot of those steep areas here in Las Vegas. Everything in Vegas is pretty much flat. I guess I'm blessed for that. Who do I recommend this for? Well, I'm 6 feet tall. My girlfriend Maria is 5'3". Her only problem is she wants to try to sit on the seat from a stop, and I told her you're not going to be able to do that. From a stop, you're going to have to, if you're a challenged rider, from a stop, you're going to have to come off the seat and kind of straddle it at the light, okay? And then from this point right on, you know, you would just one cheek it, just get one of your, half of your butt on the seat. And then I said, don't even worry about it. Just use your throttle and just throttle your way, just a little bit of throttle to get you, then go ahead and get all the way back up on the seat. So for me at 6 feet tall, the only thing that I have to say for me at 6 feet tall is of course my knees come up higher than they would if I was on a bike that I could actually move the seat. But this is what I wanted. I like the BMX style, I like the moped style, the being able to jump in and out, without the crossbar right in there. I love that. It makes it so much easier to jump in and out. I completely love the double shocks back here. The double shocks, I can really feel the support back here. When you come off of a curb, the springs are right along what you would get if you were on a moped, and they come with a double suspension like this. Most bikes come with the little teeny shock that's right here, but I believe the way these tires are knobby like this and the way they come with a double suspension, I believe that Hemingway wanted you to go off-road and enjoy this off the beaten path. And with the front shocks here, we have fully adjustable suspension, so you got preload and dampening. So what that does here, guys, is based on your weight, how can I explain this to you? Preload. How much bounce do you want? Do you want this to be a stiffer ride, or do you want it to be more of a softer ride? You have the opportunity to adjust this right here to make it softer or stiffer, and then over here you can adjust the amount of bounce, how long it takes for this to recover, and how bouncy or squishy you want the rebound to be. So I like the fact that you've got front and rear suspension. I also love the way Hemingway put this guard right here to cover the Altus cassette, the derailleur system, because if you smack against something, having this right here to prevent you from destroying this derail system right here is just awesome. A lot of other bikes that I see don't have that, and then you go to beat this now, it's bent and you're all out of alignment. I'm so happy to see this. Also, another thing that I've seen here is I seen another video where they didn't have these lockout plates right here, and it looked like somewhere down the line, this motor is so torquey, either it's going to turn the wheel or it's going to turn the shaft. And he had a situation where without the lockout plates, the shaft actually spun these little washers in here that are supposed to prevent it from breaking, and he sheared this off on both sides, and he just had a rat's nest with the power cable. But it looks like they integrated that plate with this guardrail right here, and they have another one right here. So it looks like a revision to the old style. And like I said, I do not have a problem with these brakes, man. These mechanical brakes work absolutely wonderful, no noise. Some of the other bikes that I've reviewed, the caliper actually makes noise, and you would hear it hissing, making that noise all the time. I didn't have any noise like that. Another thing I love, guys, is this headlight. I don't know what people are talking about. This headlight is probably the brightest headlight I've ever seen on any bike. When these two guys come on, my goodness, I am just blinded at night. I mean, I have full vision. I can see everything. With some of my other bikes, it comes on and all I get is a little teeny glow, hardly anything. With this, is like a whole floodlight right here. So I'm loving that. The headlight, thank you for that. I also love the fact that this thing came with this bracket mount. Hemingway has a basket that you could put on the front of this bike right here, and you would put a basket on the front. But what I did is I integrated, I made an actual post to go right onto this bracket, and then I'm able to use a Ulanzi mount and clip it right on and tighten it right up, and then I'm able to mount a GoPro stick on this to get all kinds of crazy angles. And excellent, man. Thank you for giving me that. Also, this BMX bike handle right here, man, look, this thing is so awesome because you have the opportunity to mount. Look at all the real estate that you have right here, guys. You could slide this thing over, or you could just keep it in the middle, and then you could put a telephone right here, and you could put a cup holder right here. I mean, whatever it is that you want. This is just giving me all this room right here. I can think of so many different possibilities of things that I would like to do and mount on this bike if I need to do so. So thank you so much for that. The Shimano 7-gear thumb drive system here for the gears, they've always worked. I've seen these on a lot of bikes, perfect. I love the little jingle bell. It's not obtrusive, it's not loud. Some of them have a buzzer, but I actually like this thing. It's a clickety little bell. Yep, kind of like, you know, hey, coming through, man, coming through. Also, another thing that's really awesome is this Neko. This is like a billet style aluminum neck that they put on here. It says Neko on there. I just like the design of it. I mean, everything here is just designed absolutely perfect. I could just, with a couple of quick screws, I could move this handlebar forward or back. But man, look, it's got everything that I need and everything that I could ever want from a bike styled like this. It's styled like a moped. It's styled like a scooter. It's got all of the convenience and utility for me to be able to run to the store. I would like to get a little basket to throw on the back of this. That way I could just throw everything in the back and just take off. But look at it, guys. It comes with beautiful Kenda tires, the Kenda Crusade. I mean, a name brand tire. I mean, when I would buy scooters, you would have to upgrade the tires to a Kenda. These came with Kendas right out of the bat. So guys, in closing, have you ever bought something just because it made you happy? From the very first time that I saw this bike and this style of a bike, I knew that I had to reach out to Hemingway and see if they'd give me an opportunity to review this bike. It may not be the fastest, it may not be the most powerfulest, and it may not be the cheapest, but when I ride this bike, it makes me feel like I'm a teenager all over again. I didn't want to bore you guys with 20 minutes worth of spec talk, talking to you about this, that, and the other, about how it's built, what it has, this and that. There's plenty of other videos out there that can do it way better than me. What I wanted was the opportunity to build this bike, take it out, ride it around, enjoy it, and then show you some of the awesome features that this bike provides. If you are interested in the Escape Pro and you want to know more details about it, or any of the other bikes that are available in the Hemingway lineup, a link to their website will be down in the description box, as well as a discount code for a further discount if you choose to make one of these bikes your own. So anyways guys, I just want to say thank you again for watching the video. You're watching VegasDtech. I'm Joey. I'll catch you guys on the next Tech Talk review. You guys be well. Have a good night. Bye now.